What is the best health coaching certification to do? This is a question I get asked almost on a daily basis, and so I want to make a video where I address this and I really talk about how to make the best decision for you when it comes to picking a health coaching certification. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Kristin Hartjes. I am a business coach for wellness entrepreneurs, and I do have a history before that as being a health coach, and before that being a chiropractor and a functional medicine practitioner. And I want to share that with you because a lot of people ask me this question as far as what they should do for a certification, and I have not personally done a health coach certification, so I can't give you advice from my own personal experience. And I also think that this question is like asking me what's the best diet for me because the answer is going to be, it totally depends on what it is that you're hoping to get out of your certification, what it is you already know, what it is that you need to learn, what's going to be the best fit for your personality and your lifestyle, and the income that you can put into the business training. Okay. So there's a lot of different factors that come in. And so I'm going to walk you through really the things that I think is going to be very helpful for you to keep in mind when it does come to picking a health coach certification. There has been so many new programs coming out to help health coaches get certified. And I've heard a lot of really good things about most of them, right? I've heard some bad things about a few of them too, because I don't think it was the right fit for that person, right? But when it comes to like telling you like, is there one best one or even a few best ones? I really don't think there is, because I've worked with so many coaches that have gone through so many different programs. And like I said, I've heard really good things about many of them. So I'm going to walk you through when you're trying to figure out for yourself which coach certification to do, what are the things that you want to keep in mind, okay? So, and first of all, actually, I want to start with something that I think is really important as far as understanding what a health coach does, right? We are not there to prescribe certain diets, certain supplements, or to diagnose any certain health conditions, right? The role of a health coach is really to help someone make the changes in their life, like actually implement the changes into their life. They're going to help them get the results that they want. Some health coaches focus more around mindset, some focus more around healthy habits. But I think just knowing, first of all, like what a health coach does is really important as well. So the second thing that I want you to know is that health coaching certifications are really not legally recognized. There's not a requirement as far as having any sort of certifications to call yourself a health coach, to call yourself a wellness coach, a holistic health coach. Like all of them and all the titles are really the same thing. And it just depends on what you want to call yourself, right? But when it comes to certifications actually being legally recognized, they aren't. The person who recognizes the certification that you get is the company or the program that gives it to you, right? So there isn't like an overruling body that determines like what certifications are legit and which aren't. So I think that's just a really good thing to know, and that it's not required, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't get one. I think there are a lot of people out there who want to be a health coach who should look at getting a certification because they need additional training before they want to do it, okay? The second thing under this piece is that there are certain certifications that have board exams or board certifications, and you may be wondering, like, do I need this? And my opinion would be no, unless you're wanting to get employed by someone who requires you to have this. You want to be employed as a health coach. And I don't even really know like what job opportunities would require you to have this specific board exam. But if it comes to starting your own business, none of this really matters. What matters is that you can help your clients get the results. You know what you're doing. You're confident in what you're doing. You feel good about your knowledge and your skills. But when it comes to having any sort of certification, it does not help you as far as being more successful as a coach, or help as far as like your clients trusting you or wanting to work with you. And that is really what I have found from working with lots and lots of health coaches. The people who have certifications, it doesn't necessarily help them in their business, okay? So the next piece that I want you to think about is, why are you interested in becoming a health coach, a wellness coach, whatever you want to call it, a health and wellness coach, a holistic health coach, it doesn't really matter. But why are you interested in becoming a coach? What do you want to help people with? What's like motivating you to want to get into coaching? I want you to think about this, because this is going to help as far as figuring out what type of training you want to do. And then the other piece behind this is, what knowledge or skills do you already have? So for me, for example, I was already a chiropractor. I had already done training in functional medicine. I had a lot of knowledge in these areas. I had done a lot of work on myself and on healing my own health issues, healing my own mindset issues. And so I already had a lot of knowledge in this, and I didn't feel that I needed to do a training. Like I felt ready to help people. I'd already been working with patients in that capacity. And so for me, I was like, I already have all these things, and I already have a lot of what I would probably learn in a certain coach training. So for me, I didn't decide to do a coach training. But for you, you may be like, okay, even if you are a health practitioner, maybe you know certain things that you've learned through your training and through your school and through working with patients, but maybe there's certain pieces that you're kind of missing more, maybe around the coaching piece or certain things that you want to dive deeper into. So that's what you want to be thinking about. Like, what do I already know? Do I have a pretty good skill set? And if so, what are the skill gaps in my knowledge that I want to fill? And then I would look for a training that is specific to those gaps that you want to be filling in your knowledge, okay? So once again, not required. You may not need one. You may have like all the knowledge you already really need to be a successful health coach. But you may be missing certain things. And that's what I want you to look at. Like, what do I want to be helping people with? And what are the missing things that I need to learn more about to be really effective at helping those people reach those certain goals? Okay. So then knowing that there's different programs out there that have different specialty focuses. So there's programs that specifically focus on helping people with emotional eating. There's programs that specifically focus on functional medicine, on more of like the physical side of things, on whole food, plant-based eating. Like, there's a lot of different coach trainings out there that have different specialties, programs that are more focused on mindset as well. So you want to pick like what's going to be the best fit for you as far as your interests and what you want to be helping people with. And just recognizing that different programs have different like specialties as far as what they focus on. Okay. The other thing that I think you want to keep in mind is the length of a program that you want to do. Is it online? Does it require in-person stuff? What is the price point of the program you're doing? I want you to think about like all those things and find what would be a best fit for you as well. Just like there isn't one right college or university for everyone to go to, there isn't one right coaching program as well, but you want to keep these things in mind as far as when you're making your choice and what's going to be the best fit for you. So the next piece that I just want you to be aware of and to keep in mind is that a lot of people will pick certain trainings, health coach trainings, because of the business aspect that is included. And a lot of the people that I've worked with have not found for a lot of these programs that the business aspect is super helpful. It may kind of be like a starting point and give you some good ideas, but most likely you're going to need additional business training and mentoring to get your business up and going and to be profitable in your business. And I think it's important to know that and to not necessarily maybe make the choice as far as what program you do based off of what they tell you is included in the business training. Because I've worked with people who have gone to, I'd say, most of the different programs, and most people end up still needing additional business training. So just to know this going in. The last piece that I really want you to be aware of is that starting a coaching business requires investments, okay? It requires an investment in coach training if you're gonna do that, and it requires investment in getting your business up and going. And I think there's kind of this lie, I would say, that a lot of coach trainings put out there, that you're going to do this coach training and it's going to be super easy to start a business. You're going to start getting clients and getting income coming in right away. And that's just not the truth for most people who do a health coach training. There's a lot that goes into starting a business. There's a lot that goes into learning how to start a business. It takes time. It takes patience. I just did another video about why most health coaches fail, and I would or quit, actually, why they quit. And I would check out that training as well. I will link that video below this video. But the truth is most coaches quit. And this is why, because they go into a program, a health coach training program, with unrealistic expectations of what it takes to start a business. And it's way harder than they think. And it takes way more time. It takes way more money than they're expecting. And they quit. And so I think going into becoming a health coach, that it's really important for you to recognize this. It's going to take time. You can't just quit your job and all of a sudden you're going to be making money as a health coach. Like that's just not how it works for most people. There may be a few, special people out there who it does happen really quickly, but for most people, it just takes some time and energy, and investment. Okay. So be aware of that when you're deciding on a coach training as well, because I think it's a very important piece, just to have a realistic expectation when you're going into becoming a health coach, okay? So the last thing, if you are wanting feedback from other coaches about programs they've done and what they've thought about it, I'd love to invite you to join my Facebook group, because it's a really great place to connect with other health coaches and to ask them about, what programs they've done. There's a bunch of posts in my group about this topic specifically, so you can even search in my group. My group is called Business and Confidence Boost for Health Coaches. And I will put the link below this video as well. So I'd love to have you join me over there. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, give it a thumbs up. I'd love to hear from you. What coach trainings are you thinking about doing? What questions do you have about it? You can let me know in the comments below. And if you want a bit more information about the steps you actually have to be taking to start making money in your coaching business, I have a free training that walks you through the exact steps. I will link it below this video. Check it out. And thanks again for joining me in this week's video. I'm excited for you to dive into coaching. I think it's the best career there is out there, obviously coming from another coach, but I absolutely love it. And I'm excited for you to get started. So thanks for joining me, and I will see you in next week's video.